Hello and welcome back to another Adventure Time illustration video. This time around, an art teacher is going to draw oodles of Adventure Time characters. Yes, we are on the oodles stage of this series. This is video number 4. Who knows how many of these will end up finishing off, but I am going to have to look up some more adjectives. So I'm going to spoil something up front. This Field Reaper drawing, love it, looks super cool. This is definitely going to be my favorite one of the lot. I combined some shorter illustrations in this one. They are still technically finished, but they are not the most complicated of characters, almost to the point where it could be, yeah, you could say it's almost like symbology. The designs are super simple. So a little bit shorter video this time around, but that is okay. Let's go ahead and jump into the first one here, my favorite. So this is from the Card Wars set, and this is like a Field Reaper guy, and he's got these multiple like hand scythe, big scythe, and he's got this hat with this little jewels dangling on them. And I don't know why, but this one was just so much fun to draw. The proportions kind of reminded me of Hercules. Maybe that's because the body is glowing with like those like color hold outlines, but this was just super cool. I love this character design. This is something I wish I had come up with on my own. I took a picture of some corn and kind of transformed it into super saturated at dusk. That was something I just really pictured with this one. I think the textures are great. I love those pastel brushes. The color dynamics are subtle, but yet very effective in my opinion. Orange, pink, and maroon. Great combination. Really stands out against the background there. Overall, very pleased with this. I don't know if this character is even in the show, to be honest with you, but I still found a fun design nonetheless, so I decided to roll with it. I think I'm learning more about like kind of the style and like what I can do to add my own flavor to these characters as I illustrate more of them. We are still going to cover 5 in this video. There will still be 5. There's just going to be a few shorter ones towards the end, but this is the Card Wars Field Reaper. Definitely one of my favorites, not just of this video, but overall so far. So up next, we've got one, I think it's Abracadaniel, which is, that is clever title to say the least. I pictured this as kind of like a, like 60s, 70s, like kind of like rock character. I thought about him using kind of like his, I assume that's his magic wand, kind of like you would hold like a lighter at a concert or something, and then with the magic element, I just decided to put the playing cards in the background. I think this one is pretty fun. I changed the eyes. They are very, I don't know, Sesame Street Muppet-like. I could see this almost being like a Jim Henson style puppet. The colors are not things I would traditionally put together, but I do think they work. Navy blue and, I don't know, springtime pastel green. Not something I'd immediately jump to, but I definitely think it works here. The headband is a small part of the illustration, but the colors there I really think help provide some nice balance. The skin is almost like eraser colored. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with this one. I don't think it's quite as fun as the Field Reaper, but I still think the idea is definitely there. So that is our friend Abracadaniel. So let's move into the next one. This is going to be one of our shorter illustrations, and that is going to be Tree Trunks. There was some kind of episode, somebody was telling me, and Tree Trunks getting the makeup was like a big deal. So I guess traditionally it's just kind of like a pale yellow kind of like elephant, and it makes these pies, which I think is great. I am regretting how I put the makeup on this character. I mean, I guess looking at the reference image, it is at least semi on brand, but I don't love it. I don't love how this turned out. I'm a big fan of CMYK color palettes, and that's definitely what this is, but I don't think I fully made this one work. Not my best, not my favorite, but I wanted to include everything in the process. So we're learning. We're definitely learning. Up next, we've got a little bumblebee. Again, this is okay. but nowhere near as good as the bumblebees in the show. I thought making the eyes big, it was just like a slam dunk. I was like, I'll use that jelly bean shape and I'll kind of angle it, kind of like it's being weighed down a little bit, like it's really paused in the environment and like taking the time to like notice something, like it's looking at the viewer and getting embarrassed. The idea was there. I just don't love the execution. Maybe some more texture in the inking, maybe a little bit more dynamism in those oval shapes, or maybe even changing some of the proportions. Not fully sure, but for such a simple character, I wish I had done something a little bit, just a touch more effective. It's okay, but again, not my favorite. Spoilers, nothing's going to top the Field Reaper in this one for me. So this is a forest witch, if I'm not mistaken. It almost had like some kind of like Cthulhu-y vibes to me when I saw the like Adventure Time meets Bloodborne kind of stuff going on. So I had the idea of like the body like extending so much that it goes off the page and like comes back in, and I think that's definitely there. I added a little bit of rim lighting to mirror the rim lighting on the trees, and I think that's consistent, but this just isn't my favorite. I don't think I did like anything that's like that different than the original design. I basically just drew it, and that can be okay. Sometimes you got to do that. I just wish I'd given this one maybe a little bit more thought. I probably could have done something just a little bit more interesting overall, but that's definitely something I'm going to address in the next video. I want to include all the illustrations. I don't want to leave out anything in the process. I want to document everything. But I definitely would like to do better in the next set for sure. Field Reaper was fun. Field Reaper was cool. Abracadaniel was all right, but these last three, they just they don't really do it for me. I'm not getting tired of Adventure Time characters. I think I'll just do a little bit more research on my next batch and see what I can come up with. This is probably my new first place favorite of thumbnails, though. I think that cornfield, like blending into the colors with the corn stalks is with the character that I made is that I illustrated is great. I love how these are looking. Making thumbnails is a lot more fun than I thought it would be. I'm definitely enjoying that part of the YouTube creation process. Still learning. Still plenty to go over. But I appreciate you joining me. This is our 4th installment of Adventure Time. For now, I can say there will definitely be a 5th. From there, we'll see. We'll see where things go. This has been a fun little series so far. So I appreciate you watching, and we will catch you in the next one.